Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Before we start, drop a like and subscribe for more Reddit stories just like this.
It all started with an email. You know the kind. Vague, condescending, and dripping with corporate jargon. My boss, Greg, a middle-aged micromanager with a Napoleon complex, had decided to streamline productivity by enforcing a new rule. All employees must log their bathroom breaks in the company system. Failure to comply will result in disciplinary action. Yes, you read that right. Bathroom breaks. At first, I thought it was a joke. But Greg wasn't laughing. He stood in the middle of the office, arms crossed, and announced, "This is non-negotiable. If you've got time to pee, you've got time to log it." The office erupted in protests. Sarah from HR called it invasive. Mike from IT muttered something about human rights violations. But Greg was unmoved. "Rules are rules," he said, his voice dripping with self-importance. That's when I decided to play his game. If Greg wanted us to log bathroom breaks, I was going to log every single one, and I wasn't going to stop there. The company's logging system was a clunky, outdated mess. It took 3 clicks just to log a single break, and the system crashed every other minute. But I didn't care. I followed the rule to the letter. I logged every bathroom break, every coffee run, every time I stood up to stretch my legs. I even logged the time it took to log the breaks. At first, Greg seemed pleased. "Finally, someone who takes the rules seriously," he said during our weekly meeting. But his smug grin faded when he saw the numbers. I was spending hours logging my activities. My productivity plummeted. Projects were delayed. Clients were furious. But I didn't care. I was just following the rules. Then, things escalated. Greg called me into his office, his face red with rage. "What the hell is this?" he demanded, slamming a stack of reports on his desk. "I'm just following the rules," I said innocently. "You said to log every break." I did. Greg's eye twitched. "You're wasting company time." "Actually," I said, pulling out the employee handbook. Section 4, paragraph 2, states that all employees must adhere strictly to company policies. I'm just doing my job. Greg was speechless, but the real chaos was just beginning. Inspired by my malicious compliance, the rest of the office started doing the same. Sarah logged every email she sent. Mike logged every line of code he wrote. Even the janitor logged every trash can he emptied. The system crashed within days. Clients were furious. Projects were abandoned. The company lost millions. And Greg, he was fired. But the drama didn't end there. As Greg packed up his desk, he shot me a look that could melt steel. "You think you've won," he hissed, "but you have no idea what you've just started." I laughed it off at the time. But over the next few weeks, strange things started happening. First, my computer was hacked. Sensitive files were deleted, and someone tried to access my email. Then, I started receiving anonymous messages, vague threats about karma and payback. The final straw was when I found my car vandalized, the words, "Watch your back," scrawled across the windshield in bright red paint. I went to the police, but without concrete evidence, there wasn't much they could do. I started looking over my shoulder, jumping at every noise. Was Greg behind this? Or was it someone else? Someone who had a grudge against me for exposing Greg's incompetence. The mystery deepened when I discovered a hidden folder on Greg's old computer. It was filled with encrypted files, shady financial records, and a list of names, some of which I recognized as high-level executives at competing firms. I realized too late that Greg wasn't just a bad boss. He was involved in something much bigger, much darker. And by taking him down, I'd inadvertently put myself in the crosshairs. Now, I'm stuck in a nightmare of corporate espionage, blackmail, and betrayal. I don't know who to trust, and every move I make feels like a step closer to disaster. So, Reddit, here's my question. How far would you go to follow the rules? And what would you do when those rules lead you into a trap?
If you enjoyed that story, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments what you would have done in this situation.